Record. Cool. We're live on Facebook and I'm the host. Life is good. Vision is critical. Vision is critical because there will be days when you just won't feel like taking action on your plan. To help you stay on track, you will need a powerful reason why. And that's your vision. So I'm going to go back to what we talked about a couple of weeks ago and creating a 1-3-5 for the first 12 weeks of 2021. And we have this listing challenge going on that if you haven't jumped in yet, there's still time. And the goal is, the activity is, how many listings are you going to commit to in the first 12 weeks of 2021? Then you're going to create a 1-3-5, your GPS with your goal, your 3 priorities and 5 strategies. Another word for strategies is, whenever I pause like that, it's like a test. Guys, you have to remember that my degree is in education. I'm a teacher. I'm always teaching. So I'm looking for one of you to fill in the blank. Another word for priorities, your GPS is your goal, your priorities, and your strategies. Another word for strategies is
tactics.
Activities. That's the word I was looking for. There's the word I was looking for. Now, we're going to track our activities daily. We're going to track our activities weekly. We're going to track our activities monthly. And those are our stats. And by paying attention to our stats, we're going to know if we're on track in order to end up at the desired result. And if my desired result is to take 1 listing a week or 12 listings in the first 12 weeks of 2021, then what are the strategies that I'm going to focus on in order to get me there? The other question is, why is it important? Why is it important for me to take 12 listings in the first 12 weeks? Now, if I can't answer that question, then I'm not going to do it. Because it's going to get hard.
How you start the year is how it continues.
How you start the year is how it continues. Good job, Valerie. I like that. And here's what the author has to say again about if you don't have a compelling reason for taking a listing a week in the first 12 weeks of the year. Here's what the author has to say. Vision is critical because there will be days when you just won't feel like taking action on your plan. So what's your why? So in addition to creating your 1-3-5, by the way, those of you who have done this, I'd love to see a copy. Just email it to me. It's johndietz@kw.com. And allow me to be your dream champion, not your dream bully, in order to help you on that journey. Let's go on a journey together. I want to help you achieve that goal. How powerful would that be? How amazing would that be if we have 53 people on this call and 53 of you decide to do this activity, to take part in this 12-week challenge, and 53 of you identify a goal that you're going to hit in the first 12 weeks of 2021, and all 53 of you hit that goal. Oh my gosh, how powerful would that be? Let me go on the journey with you. Now that's up to you, by the way. You don't have to let me go on that journey with you, and I hope you do. So page 78, the author goes on to say, as we navigated our way around yet another scenic bend, always talking about a journey, a trip that he went on. I love this story. The trip that he went on with his family, and they're in Alaska, and they're coming around this bend they're driving on a mountain, and they come around this bend, and he says, as we navigated our way around yet another scenic bend in the river, actually he's in a boat, sorry, an incredible sea of purple flowers appeared. The flowers spread across the mountainside as far as the eye could see. You know, I can close my eyes and I can see that. And it's amazing. Our guide said that this was called fireweed. And just a few years ago, this vista had been a charred remnant of a forest fire. Are you living in a charred remnant of a forest fire? If you're not, it's coming. We are all in adversity, heading for adversity, or coming out of adversity. When this purple blanket appears, it is the first sign that the forest is regenerating. It filled me with awe and a sense of hope and expectation for the new forest that was to come. For your new future that is to come. Apparently, even nature has a way to create a vision for what is to follow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So the way I think, and for those of you who know me, you know this is the way I think. I could just imagine God saying, all right, everybody, pay attention. This is going to blow your mind. You see this forest that is a charred remnant of what it used to be? Watch what I'm going to do.
And that's what he does with us too.
Say that again, Camille.
And that's what he does with us also.
Oh, yeah. There are amazing lessons everywhere if you're paying attention. Remember the duck story? What an amazing lesson. Mm-hmm. That was right in front of me for more than a year before I saw it. And then when I saw it, it was like, wow. What's the saying go? Mind blown? Is that how it goes? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It occurred to me then that rather than contemplate the charred remains of our loss, we needed to focus on the new signs of rebirth in our business. What are you focusing on? Bold law comes to mind. Fear of faith. You choose.
What you focus on expands.
What you focus on expands. You know, when Columbus was crossing the Atlantic Ocean, everybody that was on that trip with him saw miles and miles and miles and miles of ocean with no hope. Columbus saw a new land with beautiful trees, crystal clear water. He saw a mountainside with a vast canvas of these beautiful purple flowers. The most powerful visions address and align your personal aspirations with your professional dreams. Here's what that's saying. If your compelling reason for taking 12 listings in the first 12 weeks of 2021 isn't personal, it's not powerful. You have to be able to connect the two. If it's just to be the number one agent in my office, if it's just to get a prize for recognition, you're not going to do it. It's not compelling enough. There has to be a personal attachment. Bottom of the page, impossible, possible, probable, given. These are stages that we go through when we create a future vision. All things are created twice. Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There are always two creations. First, we create here, and then we create in the physical world. Unfortunately, when we imagine a future that is significantly bigger than our current reality, we can begin to think that it is impossible for us the execution journey is first a thinking journey. If you think that something is impossible, it is. Henry Ford, think you can, think you can't. Either way, you're right. The execution journey is first a thinking journey. All things are created twice. First, they're created here. The most important thing is to believe that you can reach your goals. So here's my question. My question is, how many of you create this amazing, compelling vision of what your future looks like, and then what we learn in Bold, and we call the drunk monkey, it's that self-talk. How many of you create this amazing, compelling vision of the future, and your self-talk starts telling you all the reasons why it's not going to happen? You're thinking too big.
I do.
Yep, we all do, Camille.
Okay, sorry.
We all do. Remember from a couple of weeks ago, there's actually a part of our brain, if Paige is here, she'll remember the name of it. There's a part of our brain that is actually wired to do this for you in order to protect you from doing something that's dangerous.
The amygdala.
Amygdala?
Amygdala.
Amygdala, yeah. Yeah. So I know there's background noise. It's Tuesday, that's the day they cut my grass. Sorry, guys. And when I meet God one day, I'm going to ask him, why'd you give us that? Why did you give us that amygdala thing? I could have done without it, you know. Thank you for laughing, Camille. Thank you for understanding my sarcastic sense of humor, right? Yes. Of course, I'm not going to do that. So we all do this. Here's the next question. How many of us fail before we even start? Because we never try. Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, stood on that wall facing certain death. And he had a choice. I can stay where I'm at, or I can retreat, or I can charge. What makes that story so amazing is that he chose to charge. If he chose to turn around and run the other way, you would never hear his name. History records both the bold and the timid, but it's the bold that we remember. Theodore Roosevelt. You know who he is?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the ship I was on too, so I knew quite a bit about him.
So tell me, Camille, he was a president. If you don't know the answer, it's cool, no judgment. President of the United States. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. I'll give you a couple hints. It was after Abraham Lincoln. Which president was Theodore Roosevelt?
Oh, 24?
Really close.
Oh.
23rd president of the United States.
I messed that up.
Do you know why I know that?
23rd?
23rd. Somebody could check me on that. By the way, please do. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the chat. Do you know why I know that?
No.
Because I watched the movie, The Night Museum.
What's it called?
The movie about the museum where all the characters in the museum come alive at night.
Okay.
And Robin Williams played Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know otherwise, right? So here's my question. You know who he is. Now, history records both the bold and the timid, but it's the bold that we remember.
Mm-hmm.
You could even get a vision of what he looks like in your mind. So if he was the 23rd, here we go. Hold on a second. 26. Okay, Ryan, thank you. He's the 26th president.
Okay.
Boy, I was close. Camille, you and I, we get a B or a C.
And it's okay.
Here's the question. There were 10 presidents between Abraham Lincoln and Theodore Roosevelt. Name them. How many of them do you remember? How many of them can you get a picture of in your mind?
Franklin Roosevelt was in between there.
Okay.
No. John,
No?
between who? No, between Lincoln and Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt.
You've got Andrew Johnson. Ulysses S. Grant.
I think the point that John's trying to make here, you don't.
Yeah, you can't think of him.
You don't remember who won second place or who won a silver medal. You'll remember who won the gold medal most of the time. But when it comes to a silver medal or bronze, you don't really remember that in history.
Yeah, and that's true, Alex. And to make it even more of a powerful connection, and that's my goal here, guys. History records both the timid and the bold. All of the other presidents who were president prior to Teddy Roosevelt, and there's some good ones in there, but there's some presidents in there that were pretty mediocre as well. History recorded those mediocre presidents. It records the timid, but we don't remember who they are. We remember Teddy Roosevelt because he took action. You guys getting this?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, how are you going to be remembered?
What is our legacy?
You're standing on that wall. You can charge, you can retreat, or you can stay where you are and settle for the status quo. And the status quo is still failure. Okay, so let's go back to the challenge. The challenge is, how many listings are you going to take? I'm just going to stay on this topic until we absolutely crush listings taken, because that's the fastest way for us to get you closer to your goal. What's the one thing that I can do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easy or unnecessary? Hit my listing goal.
Lead generation.
What's the fastest thing? No, the answer for my question is hit your listing goal. What's the one thing that I can do for each of you in order to help you achieve your goals in 2021 is to help you hit your listing goal for the first 12 weeks.
Critique I-135.
Yeah, critique your 135. Send John Dietz a copy of it, johndietz@kw.com. Write in the chat how many listings you're going to take in the first 12 weeks. Ryan, your background is making me dizzy. If anybody can see Ryan Pierre's background, no, don't take yourself off camera. Ryan, put yourself back on camera. I'm just going to have to change my, here. I'm going to go to speaker view. I'm on gallery right now. I love it. It's just making me dizzy. Holy cow, it's going in circles.
It's like Inception.
So if you haven't jumped in yet, and if you haven't said, okay, I'm raising my hand, I'm going to be a part of this 12-week challenge. Remember, I shared with you last week, I believe we have 26 or 30 of you that have said, I'm in, which is incredible. Because the 12-week challenge is, this is the number of listings I'm going to take in the first 12 weeks. I'm going to write my 135 or my GPS in order to achieve this goal. And if I don't hit my goal, I'm going to write a check to KW Cares for $100. So we're either going to take a lot of listings. I mean, we're going to break records, or we're going to raise a lot of money for KW Cares. Now, if you haven't jumped in yet, there's still time because it doesn't start until January 1. Now, let's go back to the text that we shared today. How does connecting a compelling why to the reason you're going to hit this goal affect whether or not you will? All right, take yourself off mute and talk to me, guys.
Because your why will keep you going when you don't feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're not going to feel like it.
Logic makes you think, emotion makes you act. If it really touches you and makes you want to cry, then you're going to do it.
Ooh, I love that. Good job. Who's next? Those are good. Majinde has her hand up. Majinde, talk to me.
Yes, I am taking the challenge. Yes, I will be sitting down with Eddie or Chica and discussing my GPS and my 135 because I want to make a dramatic move, and my why is my daughter. And it is a silent and a very loud why. So I have it very silently in my ear and loud right in my face. So yes, I will be taking the challenge, John.
Majindi, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I am. I that takes me back to being in production back in 2003, 4, 5, 6, when Colin and Lacey were young. Colin's 24 today, Lacey's 19, so you guys can do the math. And I put pictures of them up in front of me where I was lead generating. So as I'm lead generating, I'm looking at pictures of them. And I would tell everyone, the reason I did that is because literally I would look at them and I can hear them talking to me as I'm lead generating, telling me, Daddy, don't give up. Daddy, keep going. This is important. My college education depends on this. Our future depends on this. Don't stop. I know it's hard, but don't stop.
Yes, and I've gotten to the habit. Well, my daughter has gotten to the habit of asking me about my day.
Yes.
So she's gonna get to the habit of asking me, Mommy, did you take a listing today? And that is gonna be extra motivation.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
Yes. That's it. Drop the mic. Call's over. Everybody have a great day.
John, do we have a deadline when we could have that 135 into you
Well, when's it start?
today?
No, when's the contest start or the challenge start? It's not a contest, the challenge.
Year.
When does it start?
Right
No,
right
no.
now.
Well, no. When does it start?
January 1.
Yeah.
So you have until December 31st to get it to me.
Okay. Okay.
Now, the sooner you get started,
The better.
yeah.
I have surgery tomorrow, so I'm not going to start tomorrow. I'll start after like probably the weekend.
100%, Camille.
Yeah, I want to be, because this is the greatest thing that you're doing for us. Not that I'm talking you up, but I love this idea because I believe you being an accountability partner would take me 5 or 6 steps up, because you're going to be so stinking honest with me that I would love it.
Thank you. And my prayers are with you, as are everyone else who is on this call. You will be great.
Thank you.
Yes, you will be great. I promise you will not be there alone. You will be surrounded by those you can see, the doctor, the surgeon, and the nurses, and you will also be surrounded by those you can't see. And they've got you in their hands.
Yes. He's in total control.
Yeah. Yeah. Got
John,
this.
I just finished my 135, and waking up yesterday was the first day in a while that I actually had like full clarity on what I needed to accomplish that day. And for those who have not done a 135 or a 411 around your goals, I highly, highly suggest you do.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can't skip that step.
Thank you, Tara Carter. And the 411 always follows your 135. So once you've completed your 135 and you choose to send a copy of it to me, johndietz@kw.com, then complete your 411 and send that to me as well. All right, so before we wrap this up, announcement time. Today is Tuesday. We are going to add an additional scripts only day. We're actually going to add 2. We're going to add one on Thursday. We're going to have our normal scripts only day on Friday. And then Monday is going to be a scripts only day as well. So here's why. KW Connect has this script off challenge, or Keller Williams Realty International has this script off challenge, where they are having weekly competitions and eliminating or getting voted to stay in the competition with everybody who gets voted in will participate in a script off at family reunion. By the way, you should be watching that weekly. And Keller Williams Realty International sent me an email yesterday asking me to be in this competition on Monday. So I need the extra practice, and I'm going to use you guys for that extra practice. Hopefully you're okay with that.
Where do we look at that at? On KW Connect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where on KW Connect? I have no idea. So if somebody knows, share that if you could, please.
That's the script off, right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's Monday from 3:15 until from 3:15 Eastern time to 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you.
It's live. And the way this works is you have a one-on-one challenge with another individual, and then the audience who's watching gets to vote.
Yeah,
and yeah, there you go. All right, time to get to work. What is work? Work is 20 conversations, not 17, not 18, not 19 conversations. Because when you have 17 conversations because you settle because it's close enough, you're not having the 18th conversation that could have been $1 million listing, and you're never going to know that you didn't get the listing because you didn't have the conversation because you settled for 17 because 17 is close enough. Or you're having a conversation with yourself and you're telling yourself, oh, I'll just make it up tomorrow. No, you won't. It's a commitment to the activities. It's a commitment to the strategy, and it's a commitment being the key word. It's a standard. It's a non-negotiable standard. So work is 20 real estate conversations every day. Make care calls, not sale calls. Focus on bringing value to every single conversation. Always lead with gratitude, and every single day, focus on getting an appointment with every single conversation. Focus on getting an appointment, getting a referral, or adding somebody to your database. Find somebody today that's thinking of buying a home or selling a home, whether it's 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now. It's a great goal because you're going to follow up forever. And you have 250 people that you're following up with forever in order to create emotional proximity. And you're never going to stop because you reject rejection. And because no is not a word that lives in your vocabulary. No simply means not yet. And by staying in touch with them, they will eventually make a new decision based on new information. And that new decision is going to be to hire you because you don't give up. Make it a great day, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, John. You too.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.